When you think about the expenditure associated with owning a vehicle, to include the fuel, the maintenance, the loan repayment, the tolls, the registration, and the fitness cost, I believe that many of us visualize a perpetual sinking financial ship. Well, at least I know I do. But here's the thing, rock stars. What if we could flip the script and our vehicle can serve as a lucrative asset, a money maker? And you know what the best part is? We will still have access to it when we want. Today, we're going to explore 6 proven strategies that can potentially rake in as much as $3,600 a month with a vehicle. These strategies will transform that sinking financial ship into tangible profits, and in some instances, you'll be able to make passive income. So if you own a vehicle, or you're thinking about acquiring a vehicle for investment purposes, this video may actually be the roadmap to turning your 4 wheels into financial freedom. The first way to make money with a vehicle or your vehicle is through peer-to-peer car sharing platforms that allow you to rent your vehicle to verified drivers during the times when your vehicle would typically sit idle. In doing so, you are able to retain control over your vehicle's availability because you can choose when you want it to be available for rental. Most peer-to-peer companies will also insure your vehicles while it's being rented, making it risk-free from your perspective. Now, to earn money through peer-to-peer renting, first you need to ensure that your vehicle is in tip-top condition. Then you go onto the platform of choice, and I'm going to give you several platforms today for different countries where you can exercise this option. Step 2 is to list your vehicle on the peer-to-peer rental car website of your choice. And that's it, rock stars. You will be able to earn passively because the peer-to-peer rental company, they actually handle all the bookings on your behalf, they manage the payments, and then they give you your portion after they have collected from the renter. Now, the average that you will be able to earn with peer-to-peer rental is anywhere from $500 to about $1,000. However, I have clients that I coach, especially one in Europe, who does this, and she only rents her car 4 to 5 days for limited hours because she wants to have access to it on the weekend to do things with her kids. And for that, she makes about $250 to $300, the equivalent in US dollars, on a weekly basis, while still retaining some amount of access to her vehicle. Now, this first peer-to-peer rental company, Turo, it's actually widely acknowledged for car sharing, and it operates in the US, the UK, Canada, and Germany. You'll be able to earn as a host anywhere from $523 to about $970 per month. Of course, this is contingent on the type of vehicle and the availability of the vehicle for rental. All you have to do to get started is to visit their website and click on Become a Host. Now, I'm going to talk about a lot of websites in this video. And of course, if you're a subscriber on Patreon, I'll put the clickable links there, and I'll put a link below this video so that you can access those clickable links on Patreon with ease. If you're not a subscriber, don't worry, because I'm going to pop up the pages here so that you can quickly capture the correct spelling of the website and then do a Google search to find it. But I'll also be writing a detailed blog that will explain for every single one of these options how to apply, where to apply, what to click on the website, and I'm going to post that on my website free OdettaRocketCar.com, and it's gonna be posted a few days after this video is out, so keep checking back and it will be there in the form of a blog. Now this one, Rockstars, I must confess, I don't know if it still exists, so I want you to tell me in the comments if it does, and I'm hoping it does, because it's Rent Your Ride and it was launched in Jamaica in 2020, but I have not been able to go on the website. So anyone with information, you can let me know. Next on our list is Getaround, and the reason I like Getaround is you can actually rent your vehicle for hours instead of days or weeks, so it's very flexible. And I'm not gonna share how to get started here because it's just gonna take up too much time in this video, but I'll put the instructions in the blog on my website a few days after this video is posted, and you'll be able to get the details there. Drivey or Getaround Europe is next on our list, and they're primarily available in European countries such as France, Germany, Spain, Austria, Belgium, and the UK. And GoMore is another one that's popular in Denmark. Snapcar is popular in the Netherlands. They're also in Denmark and Sweden. Drive My Car is predominantly in Australia. Atjushi, and I know I just screwed that up, but they're in China, and also in Australia is Car Next Door. With all those options, choose the best company and the best rate to turn your car or a car that you may want to purchase as an investment into a lucrative asset that will become a money maker. Now, the next way that you can turn your car or a car into a money maker is to advertise on your vehicle. You can transform your vehicle into a moving billboard. Your vehicle gets wrapped with high quality advertising material, and you can earn money simply by driving it, making your everyday commute, whether you're picking up groceries, dropping your kids at school, and in doing so, benefit financially. Now, Carvertise is an excellent company that you can do this with, and you'll be able to earn between $100 to $200 per month by wrapping your car in advertisement. Rapify is another company that offers this service, and they'll pay out $180 to as much as $450 a month. And here's the good thing about Rapify. Rapify offers multiple options for advertisers, ranging from a light wrap, which is a partially wrapped car, or a little sign on the car, or a full wrap when the car is completely wrapped with advertising. Now, Rockstars, there are 8 more websites that do this, to include Sticker Ride, Referral Cars, and several more. But in the detailed blog on my OdettaRocketCar.com website, I'll post those details. We don't have enough time in this video to cover all the additional 8, but I am sure you'll be able to find something where you live that offers this service so that you can turn your 4 wheels into a money-making machine. Now, this next method is kind of obvious because it's taken the world by storm, and it's ride-share driving. This is where drivers can make extra cash by using their personal vehicle or a vehicle that they have access to transport passengers. But they're not doing so willy-nilly by saying one more for halfway tree, or come over here, or trying to pick up passengers on the road. No, they're using technology and doing so with an app. You will be able to choose the hours that you want to offer ride-share services, and in doing so, you can balance this with your personal use of this vehicle, or the vehicle that you have access to, or the vehicle that you're using as an investment to make some money on the side. Now, to get started, you'll need to pass a background check, and you'll also need to ensure that your vehicle meets specific criteria so that you can start offering rides through the different apps from the different companies. You will have the potential to make anywhere from $1,500 to $2,600 US, depending on how much time you give this and how much effort you extend. Now, there are several rideshare companies across the globe, but I'm going to talk about 3 that should cover whichever country you live in, Rockstars. The first one is InDrive, and I'm proud to say it's available in my home country, Jamaica. As a matter of fact, my son's friend actually used InDrive to make some good money in between jobs. In addition to being available in Jamaica, InDrive is also available in 48 countries across the globe, to include some African territories like Tanzania, Latin America, India, Southwest Asia, Pakistan, Australia, and of course the United States. You can earn about $2,300 depending on the vehicle, where you live, and how many hours you work. And this is obviously $2,300 per month. Now, Uber, which is available in multiple countries across the world as well, is another popular option, and the average earnings is about $1,558 for many Uber drivers. The top earning drivers, especially those who work in peak hours, they claim to make as much as $2,500 to $3,600 in a month. Lyft is limited when it comes to availability because it's only in the United States and Canada, and their drivers on average earn about $1,676 as per the Lyft website. Now, another way that you can use your vehicle while still having access to it, or a vehicle, to make money is with the traditional taxi cab approach. And I'm very familiar with this business because back in the day, probably about 20 years ago, I opened a taxi conglomerate where I had 10 vehicles being driven by 10 drivers, and I registered them appropriately because they were public transportation vehicles. But I approached it from a different perspective because I said to the drivers that if you drive this vehicle for 2 to 5 years, depending on the age of the vehicle and how much I paid for it, the vehicle would be theirs. This ensured that the drivers took personal responsibility and care for the vehicle that they were driving. And many of them, long before those 2 to 5 years, were able to pay me off for that vehicle while still bringing in to me on a weekly basis what I had asked for them to keep driving the vehicle. Now, if you have a vehicle, or if you have access to a vehicle, or if you're thinking about procuring a vehicle for investment purposes, you can give the driver access to the vehicle, whether 5 or 7 days, because you may want to keep it in the evenings and use it then, or you can give it to them for 5 days and then use it on the weekend. It's really up to you. You can either use this vehicle with the right registration to carry kids to school and go into contracts with parents who want to get their children to school hassle-free. So you would pick up a specific number of kids from specific households, so you're almost guaranteed passengers, and on a weekly basis those parents would pay you for the kids that you are taking to school. You can also venture out and carry regular passengers to and fro, and then have this driver using your vehicle bring in a certain amount of money every week. Obviously, you're going to give them a day or two to work the vehicle so they can pay themselves, or you're going to pay them a salary. Depending on where you live in the world, this can pay anywhere from $1,500 to as much as $3,600 US, and I've seen it pay $2,500 to $3,000 right here in Jamaica today. I mean, it wasn't a car, it was a small van that we refer to as a Noah. But you know what? It's possible. Now, another way that you can use your car or a car to make money is to deliver food or parcels. Offering delivery services, whether it's for food or for packages or parcels, can be a flexible way to earn some extra cash with your vehicle, or you can sublet your vehicle to someone who uses it to do this, or you can buy a vehicle as an investment and give it to someone to do this. They'll basically pick up orders, whether it's from restaurants or packages from stores or pharmacies, wherever it is, and deliver them. On average, average, the earning potential is about $1,500 to $3,600 per month. And with platforms like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, they claim to pay anywhere from $1,258 US per month to $1,642. And Instacart pays a little bit more because you are able to not just deliver, but you'll shop for people's groceries and then deliver it to them, and you'll be able to earn about $1,250 to as much as $5,790 based on some of the averages that are out there for people who do this on a full-time basis. Starting a mobile business is another way that you can earn money with your car or a car. Consider offering mobile services like pet grooming, so you're driving around instead of somebody having to take their pet out of their home to a vet or to a grooming service. You go to their home and provide that service. You can also provide mani and pedicure services. You can provide car washing service, which is one that I've used in the past, courier services, or you can utilize your vehicle for many other full-fledged businesses that have the potential to make upwards of $2,600 just using your vehicle 5 days a week to do so. Not only will you have constant access to your vehicle, but you enter the world of entrepreneurship and become your own boss with this particular business concept. As an example, if I need someone to pick up a prescription for me or to pick up a package for me where I live, I pay about $15 for that to be done. And that's one way. So if you were, as an example, to launch a free e-commerce website on Ecwid and set up your offerings there, let's say it's delivery or courier service, and I can go on and pay upfront, and then you complete the task or the errand and bring, whether it's a prescription or a package to me, and you handle one order per hour at $15 per hour, and you only work the average 8 hours per day. At the end of the month, assuming you work only 5 days in a week, you'll be pulling in $2,600 a month. Rockstars, that liability that's sitting in your garage or your driveway or in the parking lot while you're at work does not have to be a money drainer. It can actually be a money maker. Until next time, walk good.